Hi everyone, welcome back to Open Here with me, Enby Andy, and another week's episode. So thank you for coming back to watch the videos, and it's always good to answer the questions that people send in to raise awareness on the issues non-binary people and LGBTQ plus people in general face in the UK. This week is a special week. It's Trans Awareness Week, and it's also leading up to the Transgender Day of Remembrance on Saturday. It's an important time to kind of reflect and celebrate and to come together as trans people to kind of stand firm and be together against the issues that we all face and be strong and to support each other. So if you're cis and you're an ally, make sure you're raising the trans voices, listening to trans people and supporting us wherever you can. So as usual, we've been sent in 3 questions of topics to cover. So this week we are going to discuss, first of all, my thoughts on legal recognition for non-binary people. Then we're going to discuss coming out as LGBTQ plus and the difficulties faced within that. And then finally, what do I struggle with every day that a straight person wouldn't know about? So some pretty good questions there. We're going to start with question 1, which was my thoughts on legal recognition for non-binary people. So you may be aware that on legal documents such as passports, driving licenses, etc., the only options are male or female in the UK. However, in other countries, such around the world, they have the option to have just an X under that section, recognising the fact that you fall outside the gender binary of man or woman. Now, a few months ago, there was a petition with quite a few signatures sent to Parliament asking for the UK government to recognise that there is more than 2 options when it comes to gender, but the government turned down that petition and they thought that it wasn't needed, and that non-binary people had enough recognition within the Gender Recognition Act of 2004 and the Equalities Act of 2010. Now, whilst we do have a lot of protection under those, because we have the kind of recognised characteristics and we do fall under the protection of those, personally I do think it would be nice to have an option to appear as myself on passports and driving licences and whatnot. It would be nice not to have to put down male on those forms, because although I was assigned male at birth, I'm not a male. I'm non-binary. I'm not either of the two. I fall somewhere in the spectrum of stuff that isn't just X or Y. So I do think it would be good for us to have our own kind of it's not another gender, because I say non-binary, it's a spectrum, it's not just one more. But I do think having that X option would be a step in the right direction of recognising the fact that the gender binary isn't correct, and there's other options out there, and there's other people out there like myself who do exist outside those norms. So I will be fully in support of doing that. I will be fully in support of having that extra option for us. And I think, again, in time, we'll put some more pressure on the UK government to do that. If it's working in other countries, why can't we do it here? So let's keep putting the pressure on, let's keep signing petitions as and when they come up, and let's make the government make those changes. The second question I got was regarding difficulties coming out as LGBTQ+. So when you come out as queer, as LGBTQ+, there's a plethora of emotions you've got going on personally. You have anxiety, you don't know, you think you might know what people's reactions are, but you don't always know. You might have a bit of shame depending on the community you live in. There may be misunderstanding from people, especially people who thought they knew you and they didn't, if you know yourself better than them, obviously. And you may lose friends and family and things like that. So there's a lot of difficulties when you're coming out, especially when you're trying to decide, do I come out at work? Do I come out just to close friends and family? Do I come out to everyone at once? There's a lot of things to consider when you're coming out, and it is a difficult thing. But one thing you do get when you do come out is you will get acceptance from the queer community. You will get a new family, you'll get new friends, and also just being able to live your life as yourself. I mean, obviously, only come out when it's safe to do so. Only come out when if the time is right for you. Whether you're in the closet or out the closet, you're always going to be valid as who you are, no matter what. But being able to live your life as yourself, it's validating as fuck. It's nice to be able to be yourself all the time to everyone. So there's a lot of difficulties coming out, and yeah, part of it is a worry of, am I going to be accepted by those I know and love? And it does happen. Sometimes people can't accept who you are. People can't accept the real you, and you will sometimes lose friends. You will sometimes lose family or your loved ones because of who you are. And nothing I say can make that any easier. It's a horrible thing to go through. It's a horrible thing to live through. But the friends and the family you'll gain in the end, the ones who love you for who you are, they're the ones who are going to support you through everything. So you will always be valid no matter what. It is hard to come out. It's not an easy thing to do. And it'd be amazing if we got to a state where you didn't have to come out. Where being cisgender and being straight isn't the status quo and isn't the norm. Imagine being in a world where you could just love someone else and that's it. That'd be amazing. But for now, it's difficult. And if you need support, if you need help, there's many support groups and charities out there. Or speak to people like myself who are queer, and we can try and give you advice as much as possible. But you're valid as hell, and you're amazing as you are. It is hard to come out, but be strong, and I'm sure in time, when you're ready, you can do it. And the final topic was, what do I struggle with every day that a straight person wouldn't know about? I mean, going back to the previous topic, coming out. As a queer person, you don't just come out once and that's it. Every single day, you come out another time. It's not as easy as, right, that's it, I'm out of the closet, and this is who I am. Every time you meet someone, every time you get introduced to someone, every time you start a new job, every time you move somewhere, every single thing of those, I mean, it's pretty much every day you've got to come out every single time, especially when you're meeting new people. And it's a bit more complex as well when you're non-binary or you're trans, because again, you've got to work out what level of openness do I want to give these new people in my life. How much do I trust them? How much can I open up to them? How much can I be myself with these people? So yeah, coming out every single day. Every day is a new day for you expressing who you are to people. And along with that, straight people, especially straight white men, walking down the street, how often do you feel fear? How often are you scared to just be on the street? I'm sure cis women will agree and understand this, but there's a lot of fear for me and other trans and non-binary people just being ourselves on the street, because there are those out there who will shout, who will attack, just because we are living our truth and being who we are. So there's a lot of fear being queer on the street these days. Homophobic hate crime is on the rise. The latest stats show that 3 in 5 queer people have experienced hate crime. That's a lot. 60% of queer people are experiencing hate crime. That's horrible. And it's even worse for trans and non-binary people. Trans people are twice as likely to be a victim of crime as a straight cisgender person. And we need to change society, because that's just not right. We shouldn't be victimized and abused and attacked for who we are, for who we love. It's 2021, for Christ's sake. Times have moved on. So yeah, the difficulties that we face compared to straight people on a day-to-day basis, it's a huge amount. And depending on where you live, it might be easier. There's certain parts of the UK which are very queer friendly, like Manchester, for example, Bristol, Brighton. But even there, I mean, you look at the news for Manchester, there's hate crime is happening there all the time. So there's a very big queer area, but there's still those horrible bigots out there who are looking to attack people for being different. Narrow-minded, absolute arseholes. So if you're a straight person and you want to make things easier for queer people to be themselves around you, do the research, look online, work out how you can do it. I mean, watching these videos is one step to helping people, but do the work and just make the world a better place for queer people. Do the work, do some work, and just help people out. So those are the topics for this week. I think they were quite good, but what I need from you people is to send in more questions to me. What kind of burning questions do you have for queer, trans, non-binary people, anyone who identifies under LGBTQ+, but you've always been a bit worried to ask, and send them in to me, and we can discuss in a safe environment and try and dispel any myths or any kind of issues you have. So reach out to me on the comment section or on my social media. Make sure you like, share and subscribe my videos to make sure we try and expand our audience to, like I said, dispel any myths as much as possible. So thank you again for watching, and look out for the next videos, and in the meantime stay safe and stay friendly, and I will speak to you next time. Take care of yourself.